Afternoon, everyone. Third video of the day. Welcome to the channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that sort of stuff if you like what is happening. Bare bones of subscribers, likes and views and all this sort of stuff, so if we can generate a bit more, that'd be brilliant. But it's probably situations like this which mean I don't have that many views and interest. I often haven't got my finger on the pulse. So due to, I did two videos earlier, giving like the Friday reflections, news of what's going on in the team, any injury updates, players available, scandals, transfers. Did a bit on Aston Villa and then a little piece on Everton. Due to me being a cheapskate and doing all my videos on an iPhone, and I'm not tech at all, it's literally just me pressing record, chatting shit, uploading onto YouTube and then putting a little thumbnail on. You know, I don't really, I'm not a tech guru at all. I don't have a clue. I don't even have my own computer. But because of that, it takes so long to upload, and by the time it's uploaded and processed, I'm often way behind. And by the time these two videos uploaded and processed today, after me saying there's no injury news, lo and behold, now we have injury news. So we have potentially three players who will be unable, or two players, sorry, who will be unable to face Aston Villa on Sunday. So Kieran Trippier unfortunately has picked up a calf injury after the game against Everton. I can't see it's going to be that bad. News from the club are that it's not a long-term injury, it shouldn't be a problem, etc, etc. However, he is not. It's going to be a late call. Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall is fighting Thor Bjornsson in March, by the way. It's been announced now. Can't wait for that. Eddie Howe has confirmed it's not a long injury. He said it's going to have to be a late call. So I'd be very surprised, considering we're Friday now, I'll be very surprised if Kieran Trippier starts at St James's Park come kick-off at, I believe it's 2 o'clock on Sunday. But thank God it's not a long-term injury, because he is our best. Over the last 3-4 games, he's been our best player. He's made such an impact. He's brought such experience, knowledge, calm to the team. He's been very, very good, and it's fantastic to see. He's settled in immediately. So that's the one player. The second player, not injured, but will not be available due to being on loan from Aston Villa. I should have thought about this earlier. Is obviously Matty Targett, who made a very assured, quiet yet impressive debut against Everton on Tuesday night. Like I said in the morning after show, unless you're a Roberto Carlos or a Trent Alexander-Arnold or a Andy Robertson, fullbacks, the less your name is in the commentator's mouth, the better, really. You know, absent through just, he seemed absent because there was no drama down his side. Everton did not threaten down the right hand side at all, purely because, partly because of Alan Saint-Maximin's constant threat and presence. They wanted to get the ball away from him, and secondly because Matty Targett was just good. He was class performance, solid, dependable, reliable, assured, as I've said, just good. So he will be a bit of a miss, because you look at it now, who are we going to play? Because we've now not got any spare left backs. Jamal Lewis was not included in the new updated 25-man squad. Who else could play left back? Matt Ritchie has played left back in the past, long-term injury. Paul Dummett is a capable left back, long-term injury. Javier Manquillo showed that he can play left back and for a right-footed player, play left back very well. However, Kieran Trippier is injured. So, what do we do? The injury list is as follows, as I've said. Matt Ritchie, Paul Dummett, Kieran Trippier possibly, Federico Fernandez, and of course, unfortunately, Callum Wilson. So if we're going to remain a flat back four, in terms of left side or left footed options to play at left back, we now are down to Dan Burn. Dan Burn, who I don't know enough about him to know whether he's whether he can do a job at left back, but his physical attributes would suggest that he's going to be a bit of a waste at full back. So what do we do? Do we go for 5 at the back and play Manquillo at left wing back, and then a Ryan Fraser or a Jacob Murphy at right wing back? Or do we go with Jacob Murphy as a right back in a flat back four, and then obviously Manquillo on the left? Because our left-sided defenders read as thus: Dan Burn, who I've already mentioned, Kieran Clark, who's not included in the squad, Jamal Lewis, who's not included in the squad. Now this, I'm not going to say, oh Eddie, you should have known, or I told you so, but this does highlight why I was so surprised that Jamal Lewis was left out of the 25-man squad. It's a bit of a conundrum, isn't it? It's a bit of a thinker. I would, if it was down to me, solely down to me, knowing what I know now, which is limited in terms of Dan Burn, against Villa, I would be tempted to stick Manquillo in his favourite position at right back, and God, it's a hard one, isn't it? And you'd have to go with Dan Burn at left back. All of a sudden, we're very, very, very light on defenders, aren't we? All of a sudden, with Matt Targett not being available, Trippier not being available, Fernandez injured, Dummett injured. That's 4 defenders. We're very light on defenders all of a sudden. It's a worry. It is a worry against a team, Aston Villa. The reason I go with Manquillo at right back is Manquillo is better defensively, of course, than Jacob Murphy, and that's not a dig on Jacob Murphy. That's just the facts. And Philippe Coutinho is more likely to play off the left than he is to play off the right. I think that's a fair observation. So what do you do? What do you do? I'm trying to wrap my brain to think. Another option would have been Isaac Hayden at right back. He's done the job in the past, but again, not fit, not in the squad. Oh yeah, I keep saying it, but all of a sudden we are extremely light on defenders. It might prove to be that Kieran Trippier is fit to play at right back, and then of course Manquillo goes to left back, and that's that problem solved, done. Our only concern then is if one of them gets injured, in particular Manquillo. Trippier has done a job at left back for England, actually, thinking about it. So if Trippier's fit, you look at Trippier and Manquillo and go, who's better left back? I would suggest, I would be tempted, if Trippier and if Trippier's fit, I would be tempted to put Manquillo left back. I'm not saying he's a better left back than Trippier, but Trippier has such a good understanding, stricken up already with Ryan Fraser, and I think that's going to be crucial against the attacking impetus of Coutinho and Luca Digne. I think those two are going to have to be really on the game to sort of attack, of course, but be able to pin those two back and manage the threats Villa will be able to pose down their left-hand side. So I think that's. But if Trippier's not injured, if Trippier's not fit, rather, what do you do? I don't know. I think I'd have to put Dan Burn left back and just hope that the skill, tenacity, dribbling threat, and just overall fucking outrageous quality of Alan Saint-Maximin will be enough to occupy the Villa flank. So I think if Trippier's injured, I'm going to go with, I'm rambling, I do apologise, Dan Burn at left back and Javier Manquillo at right back. And I love Jacob Murphy. Anyone who listens to this channel on the regular will tell you that I'm always sticking up for him. But I just don't think he's got the quality defensively for this game. He could prove me wrong, and if he does play, I hope he does prove me wrong. Excuse me. So let's just do a little team prediction, shall we? I'm going to say that Trippier is injured, just to mix it up a bit. So we obviously Dubravka in goal, Dan Burn at left back. If I'm missing someone, if I'm missing an obvious left back option, please tell me. But Dan Burn at left back, Sharon Fernandez, or Sharon Lascelles, sorry, centre backs. Javier Manquillo at right back. I'm going to go for a 3-man midfield of. This is a quick side note. Obviously, I've spoken about Dan Burn. Another man who's set to make his starting debut, is Bruno Guimaraes, whatever. I must do my research now to say that properly. But I'm going to go for a starting 3 of Joe Willock, Joe Linton, and Bruno. I think of the 3 midfielders against Everton, Jonjo Shelvey was the least effective. Now, there's no way of saying what I've just said without it sounding negative. It's not meant to be at all. It's just, he was very good. It's just Joe Willock was exceptional, and Joe Linton was better than Shelvey. That's all. Shelvey played well. Does he deserve to be dropped? Probably not. But such is the quality of Bruno Guimaraes, and the money and the hype surrounding him demands that he's given an opportunity, and he's got that real quality. So I would be tempted. See, everyone's on about attacking midfielders and who's going to play the pivot and all this malarkey. I quite like the idea of just three midfielders, and they chop and change. If you go, I stay. If I stay, you go. But I think Joe Willock is the most effective as an attacking midfielder, so he will be the one to make those runs. I think Joe Linton will be the most effective as a box-to-box, and I think Bruno will be the most effective as a DM, as a defensive midfielder, as the pivot, etc. Joe Linton is all action, mobile. Joe Willock is fast, good dribbler, drives with the ball. Bruno Guimaraes is competitive, good at screening, fantastic passer, likes possession. Against Aston Villa, out of the 3, if it was going to be our original midfield 3 of Shelvey, Willock and Joe Linton, Jonjo Shelvey's obviously going to get the most ball because he's going to be that deeper line midfield player, which is where I'm going to put Bruno. However, Bruno likes to drive with the ball in possession as well. He's very, very good at that. So they're just going to have to work it out between the 3 of them, which I'm sure they're more than capable of doing so. I think in the early stages of Bruno's career at Newcastle, having Joe Linton playing in the midfield with him as a familiarity, with the language, it is going to be absolutely key. And it's just perfect that Joe Linton is more than earning his starting spot at the moment. So I've rambled on long enough about the midfielders. Forwards, obviously, I think these front three pick themselves. Jacob Murphy must be a little bit annoyed that he's not really getting a chance, because he is our like backup right wing, but Ryan Fraser's just playing that well at the minute. Ryan Fraser is doing a lot of running. He scored a goal. By all accounts, he played very well in Saudi, and he's just struck up a good partnership. Now, if we start with Manquillo at right back, which is what I'm saying now, I still think Fraser will start, but I think there could be an argument to play Jacob Murphy, because obviously Ryan Fraser, it's only since Eddie Howe's come in that his career at Newcastle's really taken off, whereas Jacob Murphy has been playing with Manquillo for quite a while now. Or, you know, they've been involved, they will know each other better. But I'm going to go with Fraser on the right wing, Chris Wood centre forward, and of course the irrepressible, the maverick, the man, Alan Saint-Maximin on left wing, left forward, inside forward, whatever you want to call it. Predictions. I've got a classic heart and head scenario here. My head is saying I'll be happy with a draw, and I think it will be a draw. My heart is saying we can beat them. There's going to be goals, because Coutinho was electric against Leeds. Alan Saint-Maximin was electric against Everton. We scored 3 against Everton. It's going to click. It's good. I'm going to go 2-2. But it might be 2-0. That's what I'm going to say. Right, I've rambled on for 17 minutes now. Third video of the day. I think I've done something like a total of coming up to 40 minutes of chatting now. So that's enough from me. Thank you for anyone who's watching this. I appreciate the interest. Have a good weekend, everybody. It's Friday afternoon. The sun is out. What a time to be alive. Cheers. See you later.